Welcome to Amazing World Channel.
Donald Tusk has dashed UK hopes of starting Brexit trade negotiations by the end of this month. The European Council president said he did not expect any breakthrough in the talks until December. And he warned that, if no progress had been made by then, the EU would rethink its whole stance on Brexit. Mr. Tusk said he was still hopeful the deadlock could be broken, and said the EU was not working on a no-deal scenario. His deadline of December blows apart Theresa May's hopes of moving on to trade negotiations after this month's EU summit. We hear from London that the UK government is preparing for a no-deal scenario. Theresa May and Donald Tusk in happier times image Brexit. I would like to say very clearly the EU is not working on such a scenario, and we are negotiating in good faith. And we still hope so-called sufficient progress will be possible by December. However, if it turns out the talks continue at a slow pace, and sufficient progress hasn't been reached, then, together with our UK friends, we will have to think about where we are heading, Mr. Tusk said. Mr. Tusk added, our conduct in the Brexit talks has shown the EU at its best in terms of unity, solidarity, and fairness towards the UK. His comments came as the EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier hit back at Mrs May for saying the ball was now in the EU's court. Speaking after a meeting with Brexit Secretary David Davis, Mr Barnier said Brexit is not a game. Ian Murray MP says the talks have run into the sand. Image Labour. Ian Murray MP, a supporter of Open Britain, said while the cabinet play out their divisions in the press, the real negotiations, upon which millions of people's futures depend, are running into the sand. It's not long ago we were being told by ministers that the deal with the EU would be done within 2 years, and that it would be the easiest in human history. But with every round of fruitless talks, a hard, destructive Brexit with no deal at all is becoming increasingly likely. It is clear that there simply will not be time to negotiate the special, bespoke trade partnership that ministers seek. The best option for jobs and our economy is to stay in the single market and the customs union in the long term,